Live? Is this thing on? Is this thing on? We are? Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the final Chart Request Live of 2023. Steve, can you believe it?
What a year. What a year.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Here's the thing, though. We have a lot of requests and not a lot of time. So let's get to them. You know the drill by now. If you have a request, you can either put it in the chat or email us. We do go through the emails first. So I'll start there in no particular order. Steve, we're going to start with this request from Hanson. Hanson wants to look at OCTA, the software or cybersecurity play, OCTA. He's looking at February out of the money calls, he said.
Good one. And fine way to play it. That's right up my alley. What'd you say, Hanson?
Yeah.
Right up my alley. Like this one a lot. This is the right pond to be fishing in. You draw some sort of breakout zone here. I think above these year-to-date highs, you got this nice little shelf here called 90 bucks, right? Above these year-to-date highs, the reversal is in the path of least resistance is now higher. Look at this momentum profile, absolutely confirming a reversal pattern here, right? Getting overbought on rallies, not getting oversold on corrections. Overbought on rallies, not oversold on corrections. Beautiful bullish momentum regime. Let's just draw out the arc. My cat is being very bad today, right in front of my screen.
That's because she knows it feels like a Friday.
Very bad cat today. Very bad. Lola, get down. So some sort of base like that, right?
Okay, I'm with you.
You want a price target?
Not unless one jumps out to you. You don't need to force it.
I think if you have a long enough time frame, you want to run these patterns right back to those old all-time highs. That would be more than a triple for this one. Some logical levels along the way at the Fibonacci retracements around 140, and then again right up here like 197. And I like this 197 because you got some price memory here.
All right. New rule I'm imposing right now. If you send us more than one request, I will pick one at random.
Oh.
And Paul sent us a couple, and I'm going to pick CRISPR for Paul. CRSP.
Nice. Again,
I'm looking at this one for a minute.
The right kind of pond to be fishing in. This is not just biotech. It's my favorite class of biotechs. This is a genomics name. We talk about it a lot on here. It's a popular one for traders and investors alike. I don't know. Pivot highs, 77. 77. Call it a breakout. These August highs from last year, 84. Get your confirmation there. I think you run that back to those old highs. I wouldn't overthink the price targets. We're going to have to monitor these trends as they get going, right? So,
all right. Well,
if this is the beginning of a new bull market, right, and we have all these primary trend reversals printing all over the place, Spencer, even in the worst or weakest industry groups and indexes, I'm telling you this is early stages. Let these things dance, right? Let them run a little. Let's see where they go. I don't know.
All right. Well, from a stock with old highs to a stock with new highs, Illinois Tool Works, ITW from Jeff. That's an all-time high yesterday.
Yep. Another area that I like. All great ticker requests so far here today. Awesome job, everybody. Just draw this one out, make it look a little pretty, and we'll talk about some levels. So jealous JC's going to the Miami game.
I mean, you want to sit outside? It's not nice. It's not nice right now. It's
how cold is it there today?
No, it's warm, but it's like it's rainy. It's like it's 50 degrees and raining. So,
all right, hey, 250 to 300.
All right.
You know, if you're looking for an entry here, you got this high from earlier in the year, right? You could use that as a pivot. I think you give it a little bit of space, though. Listen, there's got to be some sort of corrective action coming. All right, so everybody keep that in the back of your minds, right? There will be a dip. There will be a dip, and it will be a great buying opportunity. So for a lot of these, you know, after what is it, 8 straight up weeks run that we've been on for the past 2 months, something's not really, you know, standing out as a, you know, solid entry. Just be patient, put it on a list, watch it. I think you'll get an opportunity in the future.
All right. What about what's the ticker again? SXC. Jesus.
Suncoke.
Suncoke Energy.
Wait,
Yeah, this is a 5-year high.
so this is, I think, coking coal, not Coca-Cola, right?
Right.
Right.
Suncoke.
Suncoke. Oh. Wow.
Resistance.
Oh. You
Right
got the
there.
shelf of highs here, call it $10. Nice round number. We're trading about 10% above that today. So you do want to be patient here. First stop, 14. A nice round number. Next stop, 25.
Okay.
Capiche?
Let's stay with metals and mining, and let's go to PENN. What?
Some really clean and clear levels on this one.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You have your guideposts along the way on this one.
Okay, let's stay in the space. So stay in metals and mining. Let's go to PAAS and American Silver. This is from, who's this request? From Ryan.
Fine. Okay. I'm long the AG. I'm stalking these stocks. Let's talk about gold. Let's talk about gold right now. Okay. This is an important one. This is gold futures. Okay. 2010, right? 2010 is that level trading at 2085 today. When this range goes, and I want it to go in a decisive manner, right? Let's get a nice breakout here. All these tests of resistance and fails. And if you zoom out, right, this is a big level from a long, long time ago, too, right? Right there around 1900, right? So we're working our way out of this range. I think you do want to continue to be patient. I think that the environment is as good as it gets for gold, with real rates falling, a weak dollar, metals and mining stocks really working, right? Fed pivoting. I think things are really shaping up for gold. I think we do get this breakout. Watch the miners flirting with, you know, some new multi-month highs here. Silver miners got a little, you know, tactical breakout here, hitting their highest level since May this week. Things are really looking up. You could watch things like platinum and spot silver. Platinum's had a really solid week, right? Hitting its highest level since early this summer. So precious metals really starting, and like, let's just look at metals and mining. XME, as good as everything since the last Fed meeting.
Yeah.
So PAAS, silver miner, I like it. I think we're getting close, not quite there yet, for something tactical right here. Use this shelf. Right? If you're looking for an entry, it's this shelf of highs from September, August, July. Right under 17, right? You could trade it from 17 back to this 19 and change level. That's really going to be your confirmation until these highs from April and January are reclaimed. You know, I'm not going to be out here saying this is a trend reversal. I think it's something that you could jump as a trading opportunity, but that base doesn't really complete until those highs from earlier in the year are reclaimed.
All right, Shay EG in the chat. Hey guys, what do you mean with the second stop? Is that if it breaks past the first stop, the second is the new target? But if it reverses down to your target, does that act as a stop loss?
I don't understand the question. We're not giving 2 stops. Maybe he means.
I think he's referring to the primary target and the secondary target.
Yeah, that's up to you. I'm just giving you guys options, right? I'm not going to be clicking buy and sell on your brokerage account for you. I'm just giving you levels, right? Logical levels along the way.
As always, I don't think we say this enough, but all information on this show and all our shows is meant to be used as informational purposes only, not for investing advice. What point are we at in the cycle, Steve? The point.
You want me to do the disclaimer? I've gotten so good at it.
Okay.
Nothing we discuss here today constitutes any solicitation to buy or sell any securities. This is all solely for informational purposes and not to be construed as investment advice. For more on our disclaimer, visit allstarcharts.com/terms.
You know, or stockmarkettv.com/terms.
A lot of terms.
Okay, what point are we at in the cycle? The point where we are once again getting asked about SoFi. We have not been asked about this stock for what seems like a couple of months now.
Personal favorite. This is the personal favorite, Spencer? that fair?
Of mine? Well, I'm a customer. I wouldn't say it's a favorite stock, but I am a customer. So I'm the only SoFi customer that I know.
You know who likes this one?
Lots of people. You.
Mary.
Well, it is a little junky, so that jives.
Right up Mary's alley.
Yeah.
Look, here you go. There's a couple different ways to do this. We saw this kind of pattern so much over the past, really since this summer, right? Where the base went, right? So this base completed earlier this summer, June. Go look at a chart of AMD. It looks like so similar. And then look where it is now, up around here. And then we got like a really hard throwback, hard retest. See this channel? This was the
Yeah.
correct
Oh,
way
oh yeah.
from this summer to October, right? And a lot of people probably threw in the towel. Then all of a sudden, sharp reversal, the thing's almost doubled since, right? Just over the past, what, 2 months? So the real base breakout level is about 850. Ooh, another way to do this and see when this is going if you're trying to jump these kinds of channels. They've all already gone for the most part, but just a little educational bit. You could drop a VWAP, right? When you know, okay, the primary trend is either higher or at least in the process of shifting higher. Now we have a tactical counter trend move against that primary uptrend. Drop a VWAP from the peak of that counter trend wave, right? Like here. And you see where this one got reclaimed was also the base breakout level. That's your entry. 8 and change right here. See it, Spencer, the VWAP? Whoop. Got the channel too.
I'm yeah.
Hello.
All right.
So that was pretty clean. 850 is really where you wanted it. Maybe, like I said, we get some sort of corrective wave early this year. We get another throwback here, and then go from that level, right? That would be ideal. If you don't get that, you want to draw some sort of entry level here at these old highs called 1025, right? You could also use this little blow off peak around 12. I don't like using the blow offs, right? I prefer this 10 and a quarter level.
All right. Let's keep going here. Here's a name I haven't thought about for quite some time. Amgen.
Mm.
This was a question from Mark.
Yeah.
Wow. All-time high on the doorstep. Look at us go.
Yeah. Yep. It's been a good one.
What
I think
a
this is what they put in when they booted Pfizer a few years back, right?
yeah, in the Dow. Yeah. Um,
So there you go.
gosh, what a wild few years this stock has had. Holy moly.
I think you draw it right here and use these highs from October. That's your entry, right? Again, you could ignore these little blow off peaks. We usually circle them in red and say, oops, right? So there's definitely a clear resistance zone right here around 288, 290. Above there all day. Let's fib it out. Give ourselves a little price target.
Wow, this stock has had a really interesting it was like not working too great in during the everything bubble and bottomed out at the end of 21, had a really good first half of 22. Uh then a really bad first half 23. Thing has been
I mean,
so
listen, it's
it's a
it's
wild child.
it's been a messy one, right? And it's not, we don't look at this stock and say, oh, look, it's a secular leader. This is Amgen versus large cap healthcare. Like, I think there's something there. We've seen some significant outperformance just this year, right? And really since early 2022. Let's just look at it versus the broader market. This is Amgen versus the equal weight S&P 500. And so you could see that this outperformance really began late 21, early 2022, gave back a lot of it for the first half of this year. And now it seems like it's ticking back higher again. By no means, though, is this a long-term leader.
Yeah. No. And my point in saying that was it seems pretty uncorrelated to the broader market.
Yeah.
Okay. One more from the email, then to the chat. This is Main Street Capital from Jonathan. Looks like a boring chart to me, but maybe you have a take.
We did a video on this one. Tried to get a long this break, I think back in late 2021, maybe here, mid 2022. Anyways, never got that breakout. See, I remember some of these sometimes. And here we are, heading back towards this big polarity zone, right? This big resistance level. Call it 45, 46. You're looking to jump it, get in here early. You do have a clean shelf right here. 42, 43. Still kind of sideways, right? One like this, I wouldn't really be too keen on jumping, like some of these growthier reversal patterns that are really clear. This one's still messy in this prolonged range. I think you really want that confirmation back above 45 and then ultimate confirmation at new all-time highs at about 47. And then you could just fib this thing out. It'll give you a nice price target because there's pretty severe drawdown into the COVID bottom in 2020. So 65, 20 points of upside. Yeah.
That's pretty good for a stock like that. That's amazing.
Let it break out first. It probably pays.
That would be awesome if you got that.
Why are you making fun of the asset managers?
I'm not. I'm looking at the chart. It's tradetherange.com.
Yeah. 6.5% dividend yield on this bad boy.
All right. Well, that's not nothing. Okay. To the chat we go. Let's start with this question from our Filipino Indian life. Let's look at Crocs.
Messy. Real messy. So here's how you would draw this one.
Your chart does not look as dramatic as mine. Maybe because yours is zoomed in.
What, my Crocs chart?
Yeah.
Well, what are you doing? Like this?
I don't know. It's just like from 18 to like 180 down to whatever 50, however low it got, 30. I don't know.
Yeah, so like from single digits all the way to about 180, the prior cycle peak back in late 2021, and then a nice big drawdown back below 50, and now we're working our way higher again. So let's zoom in. All right, let's get a little tactical here. So downtrend, starting on the left-hand side of the screen, downtrend, nice little reversal pattern, new uptrend, huge corrective wave. It's been going on for most of this year. This one was one of, this was an early one to break out. Most stocks did not complete reversals this early on. This was November of last year. Wow. NASDAQ 100 hadn't even bottomed yet, right? Reversals in, but now really hard retest. And just extend this out. Yeah, there you go. Draw a channel here. We'll drop that VWAP. You got some sort of channel here. Flirted with a channel resolution just here earlier this month, and now breaking down again. Let's see what this VWAP shows us. So this is the VWAP from the 2023 year-to-date high. Tried to reclaim it again when we tried to break out of this channel, and now pretty ugly fail here, and move lower in what's been a very bullish tape, right? What I mean by that, the rest of the market's been really strong. Look at what this one's been doing for the last week or two now.
That's to me, that's everything. If the whole market is ripping,
yeah,
and this is basically what you say with regards to the pond, the fishing in the right pond. The market's ripping, and you're looking at stock, and your stock's going down.
Yeah, wrong pond.
It's telling you something. It's a sign.
Yep. No good fish there. Let this one retest here. Looks like it's heading back to this old base breakout level, right? These pivot lows from October, low 80s. Let's see what happens.
All right. Money Over Fame Productions is asking about Hershey. Let me guess what you're seeing here. Money Over Fame.
Did they read the short report?
Maybe they did. I'm guessing that they see that this stock made a new 52-week low a week ago, and has now, at least for the last week, not gone down. So I'm guessing what this person is thinking. Oh, I can buy this stock, and if it breaks through last Thursday's low, I'm out. Money Over Fame. Am I right?
Here's the problem. This one has already completed a pretty nasty top. So we worry about setups like this. We talked about staples, at least on a relative basis, this morning on the morning show. Whipsaw hunting season. This trend has been straight lower since May. I mean, this is Hershey. This is a staples name. And look at how much it's fallen since May of this year. 35% drawdown? Nasty. We do worry, though, particularly next week and early January, these trends get reversed pretty hard, right? We could see something, some sort of swift move higher here. We actually covered this one with a potential short setup, right? In yesterday's short report. I think maybe you fade that strength even when we get it back towards this 200 level. This isn't one I want to be buying over any, extended time frame, because look, when you zoom out, what a, clear change in trend over multiple time frames. Right? You got this trend line here off the COVID lows that we're just about breaking right here, right now. I'll zoom out even more and make this point even clearer. Look at a weekly. You want to take this one all the way back to the 1970s and draw a trend line. Okay, similarly, looks really, really vulnerable here. So I think you do want to be careful and not be cute trying to catch some sort of falling knife in Hershey right now. Let's monitor this and see, like I said, do we get some sort of strength that we could sell into? But this to me would be a fade any strength setup at this point. And let me just share it on a relative basis so we could see just how bad it's been. Yeah, yikes, right? Oh, this is Hershey relative. This is a weekly chart. It's always kind of been a mess on a relative basis. Again, not a long-term leader at all, but look at this underperformance since May. The whole time the stock's been dropping, the market's been ripping. So on a relative basis, this trend looks nasty.
Okay, but to your point, if it rips higher, if it goes higher, it could happen fast. So
it's
okay,
a staple, but yes,
yeah, it's still a staple. Fast for a staple is a bit of an oxymoron, but let's move on.
Spencer, look at this in the line chart. Like, just yikes! Wow. Unlike Hershey, when you see a change in character like that, you just kind of want to be wary.
Sometimes though, I see a trend like that and I want to look left and see, well, did it also go parabolic on the way up? And for Hershey, it kind of did for Hershey, because it's a staple. It's not supposed to move like this. So,
Yeah.
getting a couple questions about the semis. Maybe we just look at SMH. Got a question about SMH, Nvidia, AMD. We'll just kind of cover it all.
Define your risk, right? Know where you're in, know where you're out. And again, this is a group we want to be taking shots on, for sure. They look as good as anything. I think these will probably be your leaders within tech next year, right? Because it's that economy stock theme. It's that cyclicality theme. Semiconductors give you that. They also give you the tech exposure. What a beautiful group of stocks this is. So SMH, I mean, I think this one keeps running and the whole group just keeps on working till the 200s in SMH. So it's a fresh breakout, right? Ran up into this overhead supply, dealt with digesting this since July, right? So you got a nice 5-month sideways, and then the ripper, clear, decisive breakout. Yeah, bias is higher for semiconductors. A lot of good names out there. Make yourself a list.
Trying to get some diversity in the charts we look at here. Trying to get some growth, some not growth. What do we have that jumps out to me in the requests in the chat? All right, I guess we'll go with WAGMI, WGMI. This is one of the Bitcoin ETFs.
Oh, I know what it is. So this acronym stands for "We're all going to make it."
Yes, it does.
Okay. So this is the Valkyrie Bitcoin Miners ETF.
Yes.
Pivot highs. Listen, when we talk about whipsaw hunting season, don't be surprised if these stocks get slammed over the next few weeks. If they don't, I think that's great, right? If you get something really nice, tight, and sideways, how bullish? I think you might get a deeper correction. We'll see. But the run that these things have been on, okay, this is an index. It has gone just about 3x since October. 8 to almost, it was 22 yesterday, 21 and a half today. We eventually want to see this one go back to all, these old highs, but this chart doesn't really show you the full picture. The highs are mostly higher than that, right? If I were to create an index of these stocks, this thing just started trading in 2022. If I were to create an index of all these same stocks, it would show a high much higher than this, whatever it is, 28 level. I think as with anything, Spencer, right? as a part of the top-down process, you want to find the pond to be fishing in, and that would be the Bitcoin miners. It's a good pond right now. It's a good pond for longer time frames, right? These reversals are in. But then you want to drill into the individual components, right? In those groups, in this case, all the crypto miners, right? So something like Mara, and then pick the best one or the strongest one. And the way that you do that, you carry out that process by, okay, let me look at how Mara is doing compared to its peer group, the Bitcoin miner ETF, WGMI. Oh, okay, Mara, look at that. It's trading at its highest level since, this time last year. That's a leader in the group, right? You could look at another one like, which one hasn't been a leader? I think like Huck. Mining. Oh,
I
on
don't
the
know,
other
man. They've all kind of run.
here's Hut relative to that same index,
Yeah.
right? Making new lows. Okay, maybe you don't want to be in that one, right? So that's how you would kind of go through and pick and choose. But I think rather than play this via the index, go find the actual crypto miners and make the bet at the individual stock level.
Okay, last one. Last one. I like this one. Penn.
Did
It's
you
up.
know?
It's up today. There's news. The 9.6% stake from a hedge fund. Yeah.
Hold on. What? Just another point about the crypto miners. Did you know that in my Morningstar categorizations, they count the Bitcoin miners and Coinbase as financial stocks? So I was sorting through, kind of drilling down to the individual components, looking at who were the best performers like in each sector this year. If you look at the best performers in the financial sector using the Morningstar classifications, all Bitcoin miners and Coinbase.
I
If you
think that makes it
all,
makes it tough to do analysis when it skews everything. So,
all right, what do we got?
Penn National.
What a dog.
I don't
Penny was
know,
talking
man.
about this one
I
yesterday.
don't know.
You thinking it's squeezy? Is it squeezy?
I don't know if it's squeezy. It has a pretty thick float, and it's very actively traded.
Thick.
So even though the short interest is above 10%, not I'm sure days cover is not very high. Um, but I'm looking short term. I don't know. Yeah, you have clear support right there, double bottom,
Listen, if you want to get your squeeze on with this one, can I get a short interest check?
14%.
It's not bad. How about days to cover?
I don't know. I gotta go to a different screen to look at that.
You know the amount of shares short?
Hold on. I should well if should be able to do the math quickly if I can
Yeah,
get
that's what I'm
the
saying.
here. Da, da, da. Penn National days to cover. Where do I even see it? 3.7. That's higher than I thought.
Only 3.7 million?
3.7 days to cover.
Oh, okay.
That's higher than I thought actually.
Yeah, not bad.
I thought
Okay.
it'd be like one.
Look, here you go, Spence. That's your level, 27, right? You could trade a little squeeze back to like 38, 39, 40. I
Again,
don't
I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
no, no,
No.
no. I'm with you. You
Yeah.
can here.
You know, we're coming into the NFL playoffs. You got the Super Bowl, of course. Everyone knows. They all bet the house.
There you go. You want to like it even more? You drop that VWAP. And year-to-date highs coming in right around here.
Okay.
And even closer.
I don't hate this.
There you go. There you see it. Right. That's a big level.
There you
Strength
go.
above these pivot highs here, or a scoop and score back into this range. I think you could use 27 or 28.
Oh, many opportunities.
By the
Um,
DraftKings. By the DraftKings.
I use DraftKings. I don't use Penn. That's just me. Okay.
Are you putting some moolah on the Miami Hurricanes?
No.
No?
My betting, I will bet the NFL playoffs for sure. I haven't bet anything in a while. I tend to go through phases. I'm very cyclical. I'm either in
You're
with both hands or I'm out for weeks and months at a time.
got it. You gamble along the business cycle.
Oh, well, yeah, it just really depends on whether I have the brain power to think about it, right? Do I want to spend,
Right.
a half hour on a Sunday afternoon thinking of bets and putting bets on, or do I not?
All right, what else we got?
Yeah. Okay, speaking of betting and sports and all that, a lot of football on today. Maybe we'll go watch some of that. So we'll wrap it up here. Yes, thank you for the reminder, Rachel. Everyone watching in the chat on YouTube, hit the like button, please, and thank you. That does help us a lot. Helps other people find the show. Any questions, comments, concerns, feedback, good, bad, otherwise, email us questions@stockmarketmedia.com. And we'll be back tomorrow morning for the morning show. And that will be our final show of the year. As far as CRL, we'll be back in the new year, new requests, and that'll be on Tuesday. So that's it. Have a good one, everyone.
Bye, everybody.